I'm just going to come right out and say it. Stephen A. Smith, you're a freaking tool. You really are. You're a damn tool. Because I hate to say it, but who are you to talk about professional athletes? Huh? You didn't play professional sports. So who are you to talk about professional athletes? Yes, you're a reporter and everything else, but you calling out Steve Nash and saying he's not qualified to be a head coach. That's like me literally saying to you, well, who are you to call out Steve Nash, who is a retired elite basketball. He actually played sports, professional sports, and very well at that. Who are you to call out Steve Nash? You never played professional sports. So basically your job should go to somebody who actually played a professional sport, right? Based on your words. But then you said Steve Nash only got the job because of white privilege. Let's get into that.
What's going on, Sports Wars? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost and GeeksandGamers.com. And when it was announced that Steve Nash, two-time MVP, NBA Hall of Famer Steve Nash, will be taking over as the head coach at the Brooklyn Nets, when it was told that Kyrie Irving...
Let me also point something out to you, Stephen A. Smith. You do realize basketball, baseball, golf, all of these sports were created by white people. So for all these black athletes playing why not create your own black sport? Y'all want to be kneeling and doing all the dumb shit that y'all are doing and hating white people and talk about white privilege and Black Lives Matter. Why don't you create your own fucking sport? Why don't you hate white people so much? Why don't you give up all the money? Capitalism, that this whole society of money was invented by white people. Well, why don't you give up that? Cars, Henry Ford, invented by a white person. Give that up. Give up everything. You hate white people so much. Give up everything that was created and invented by white people. How about that? Invent your own shit. Patent your own shit. How about that? Y'all are so hardcore, as the guy says, wanting to die on that hill. Y'all are so fucking hardcore. Why don't you show us? Demonstrate to us how hardcore you are and give up everything that was invented or created by white people. Give it up.
And Kevin Durant really wanted him there, signed off on this. There were a couple bad takes, but the worst of all by far was from Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, who said that the reason Steve Nash got this job was because of white privilege. What an absolutely monumentally idiotic take to have for that guy with all these qualifications. The fact that he got the job, you think that that's white privilege. And he has been called out by a bunch of people after those sentiments. We're going to take a look at some of those. Charles Barkley, Marcellus Wiley, even Shannon Sharp, of all people. Right. One of the people with the worst takes in history. Even he knows that what Stephen A. Smith said was stupid. But Stephen A. Smith has doubled down. He doubles down on controversial Steve Nash white privilege stance. Well, let's take a look at the actual statements first so we can understand why this is so extremely stupid. After he goes on, talks about all the great things that Steve Nash has done as a player and how he's a great guy, he goes and decides he needs to say this.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's no way around this. This is white privilege.
God.
Wow. You know what? The world has definitely gone to hell where you could say something. It's funny. Someone could say something in passing. That one commentator that got fired because he said somebody ran like a stallion or a horse or something and was fired because of racism. Stephen A., the world has gone so topsy-turvy, not equality, not equal, but so topsy-turvy that you could say something so blatantly racist. What you are saying is absolute racist and get away with it. Your ass should be fired right now. If I were the exec at ESPN, I would fire your ass right now. I wouldn't wait for an apology. What? Just like how whatchamacallit, who used to be the host for America's Got Talent and the Masked Singer, Nick Cannon. Funny how y'all can, I mean, seriously, this is the world that we've come to. Y'all can say the most racist shit and get away with it. All you got to do is just apologize. Someone could say something which I would never consider racist. Y'all call it racist, and they get fired for it, no matter how much they apologize for it. This is not about equality. This is about blacks taking over, which I really don't want. Because look at everything that blacks, if it's black majority, it pretty much looks like shit. Black neighborhoods look like shit. They're ghetto. They're killing each other. They burn their own shit. They destroy their own shit. But yet somehow you fucking liberals, white liberals at that, do you not realize they're using you? They're using you. Y'all think, oh man, we down with the blacks. All we got to do is support all this black stuff and show that we down with the blacks. No, I've seen it firsthand. I've watched it firsthand with these wiggers hanging around the black people. And then all of a sudden, the moment they're not needed, not only are they pushed or shunned away, they actually get their asses beat. Like, bitch, we never liked your white ass. We were just fucking you. I've seen it. And this was back in the 80s and 90s. And y'all really think that dude, they are literally saying Black Lives Matter. They are going around pretty much promoting everything black. And we want to take everything away from white people. But somehow or another, your white ass is exempt. Yo, just.
This does not happen for a black man. Nope.
This does not happen for a black man, huh? Oh, okay. So Doc Rivers, who never had any coaching experience, but turned out to be a damn great coach, but he's black. But this doesn't happen for black people. This doesn't happen for blacks, huh? As a matter of fact, they get into the list. 16 coaches, majority of them are black. Wouldn't you know that, Stephen A? You're a sports commentator, so wouldn't you fucking know that shit? No. You were just hoping that the rest of us would just listen to your bullshit and not research, not look it up. But hey, here's my point. They have the experience. You know how they have the experience? Because they played the game. I will never, ever take away anything from Steve Nash, that motherfucker knowing the court, knowing the game of basketball, having a huge basketball IQ. I would never take that away from Steve Nash. But you did? Just because he's white? Again, let me put this back on you, dumbass. How are you talking about professional sports? You never played professional sports. So how is it you have the quality? At least Steve Nash played professional basketball, was an elite player in basketball. No one doubts Steve Nash. So why can't he be a coach, considering he fucking played? He played, was a professional, wasn't a bench warmer. That motherfucker was a starter and elite. But you're going to say he doesn't have the qualifications to be a coach. Well, how do you, put this back to you again, how do you have the qualifications to talk about professional sports? You never played professional sports. So how the fuck do you have the gall to talk about somebody else's qualifications who actually, again, was great, not just played professional, was great professionally? You never played. But here you are, giving your opinion about everybody, every fucking sport, baseball, basketball, football, but you never played one of those sports. So how the fuck are you qualified to talk about it? Huh? Again, your ass should be fired immediately.
No experience whatsoever on any level as a coach, and you get the Brooklyn Nets job?
All right, so let's take that. So he says this is an example of white privilege. It's almost like Stephen A. Smith, right? Stephen A. Smith.
No, you didn't just say white privilege. He said he had no coaching experience on any level. Are you telling me that you didn't watch him, like literally coaching people on the court, off the court, him talking to the players, getting them motivated, telling them what the fuck they should? That motherfucker's got qualifications like a motherfucker because he was in the middle, he was in the trenches and coaching, running around, getting shit set up because he was a point guard. So who the fuck are you? Again, how do you have the qualifications, dumbass, to talk about fucking professional sports when you've never played?
Covered the NBA for a long time.
Seriously. Every sports commentator should this is my thing now. This is my thing now to everybody out there. All sports commentators should only be allowed to be a commentator. I'm mixing it up somewhere. Something is just seriously wrong on my internet. Don't know what. Anyway, I had to wait for some weird reason. I had to replace my damn router. Just fucking stupid. I don't know. Anyway, anyone who wants to be a sports commentator should only be somebody who played professional sports. But here's my thing, Stephen A. and pretty much all of them. I mean, how does Shannon Sharp, who only played football, allowed to talk about other sports? I mean, seriously, Stephen A., based on what you said, everyone should only be allowed to talk about the sport that they actually played in. So that would discount you. That would discount a whole bunch of sports commentators. You never played, so you shouldn't be allowed to talk about any sport, any sport whatsoever, because you never played professionally. Just Emmitt Smith should only be allowed to talk about, Shannon Sharp should only be allowed to talk about football. He didn't play professional basketball. He didn't play professional baseball. I mean, if you want to break this down, Stephen A., you want to break this down, then let's break this down. So if only a person becoming a coach should have coaching experience, well, then we need to do this for everything. Every single thing then only professional players, people who played professionally, should be allowed to be a sports commentator. Period. Get rid of the females who never played, never drove NASCAR, never played a man's professional sport should be allowed to talk about sports. That's it. Get rid of them all. Get rid of them all. It's fucking stupid, Steven. You're a fucking dumbass.
Being paying attention, I guess. I'm not sure why. How it could be that stupid. Because when you look, a simple Google search would have done this. Nets Steve Nash joins list of NBA head coaches with no prior coaching experience. Wow. 16 of them over the past 40 years or so. Hired as head coaches with no previous head coaching experience. Why don't we take a look at this list? See if we can count the black and white people, because that's obviously all Stephen A. Smith cares about. Steve Nash, white. Derek Fisher was the previous one. Black guy, that's right.
Yeah, let's count the blacks.
Steve Kerr, white guy. Jason Kidd, you might not know it, but he is black. His father was black. Jason Kidd is black. Mark Jackson, black. Vinny Del Negro, white guy. Kevin McHale, white guy. Isaiah Thomas, I believe Isaiah Thomas is a black guy. So is Doc Rivers. Then you have Larry Bird, M.L. Carr, black man. Magic Johnson, black man. Quinn Buckner, black man. Dan Issel, Dick Van Arsdale are white. And then Paul Silas, the first one back in 1980, also black. So you have 16 coaches hired in the NBA as head coaches with no prior experience. 9 of them are black. You are an absolute fool.
So, Steven, did you not take any kind of math? I mean, this is your job. This is your job. So you're telling me you didn't do a simple Google search like they did to look this up yourself? and see that you were a fucking dumbass? Not once, but twice, because you doubled down on it.
Stephen A. Smith, for trying to die on this hill. That is so nonsensical. And a couple people called it out, including Charles Barkley.
Now, I will point out some of the dumb shit that Charles Barkley said, too.
Barkley destroyed him on this. Let's listen to what Charles says.
But I just think when you have a responsibility, especially when you have to talk about something serious like race, you can't be full of. So listen, like I say, Steve Nash is a great player and a good dude. But I was so disappointed on these guys. So I said, dude, black guys have done this before. Now, do we need more black coaches in the NBA? Yes.
No.
Do we need more black coaches in college football? Yes.
No.
Do we need more black coaches in pro football? Yes.
No.
But this wasn't the right time.
You know why? No to that answer, Charles Barkley, Sir Charles, is the fact that whatever happened to whoever's best for the fucking job? Huh? Whatever happened to that? Seriously, what the fuck has happened to hiring people? I don't give a fuck about your color. I don't give a fuck about your gender. I don't give a fuck about your race. I don't give a fuck about your sexual preference or any of that shit. What the fuck ever happened to hiring people in any field, any job, who's best for the fucking job? Huh? What does your race, how does your goddamn race make you better for a fucking job just because you are we need to hire more female coaches? Why? And who the fuck would even take that job? Who would even be stupid enough to take that job knowing they're only hiring you because you're a woman? Were you best for the job? Like this one first basketball for the Mavericks, I think. Was she best for the job? Was she? So why did she get the goddamn job? I already know the answer. She wasn't. She was not best for the job. So how the fuck did she get the job? I'm pretty sure there were many more experienced men. I mean, I hate to tell you, but women's basketball IQ is a lot different than men's. You know what? You want to know why? Men are a lot rougher. That's the reason why when they were trying to get, what's her name? I can't think of her name right now. I was even petitioning. I signed a petition for her. I can't remember what the fuck her name is right now. This was a few years back. But I was signing a petition to let this girl play with the men. It was all over. Let her play with the men. Let her play with the men. And everybody who was against it. Oh, no. And I was like, why? If she wants to play with the men and she claims that she can play with the men and we think she's got the skills to play with the men, why can't she? I mean, Muggsy Bogues fucking played and he was 5 foot nothing? But he played. There's a whole bunch of tiny ass. Fuck. Oh my God. I can't think of his name right now. I can picture him, but I can't with the braids. Oh my God. With the plaits. Or the braided hair. Oh my God. I can't think of his name right now. But he's not a big guy, but his basketball IQ was the fucking shit. Oh my God. Why can't I think of his name? I can picture him in my mouth, in my face, but I can't think of his name right now. But let him play. But they're all, oh no, men play much more rough. So explain to me how a woman who came from women's sports would know anything about the dynamic of men's sports. You didn't play in that aspect. Women don't play as rough. Women aren't as strong. Women, I mean, seriously. But yet somehow or another, we need to stop this affirmative action bullshit. Period. Stop it. Oh my God, I thought that shit went out the window many years ago in my lifetime. This affirmative action bullshit. Why is it the blacks and liberal whites are the ones bringing it back? Why? If y'all want equality, it needs to go back to equality. Meaning that whoever's best for the job, whatever their fucking race, gender, sex, color, whatever, whoever's best for the job, period. So Charles, no, fuck you too. Yes, Steve Nash is qualified, obviously. But to sit here and say, do we need more black coaches? Do we need more black? No, we don't. We just need whoever is best for the job. Period.
Time to shut it today. Good luck to Steve Nash.
Right, and so those last statements, do we need more black people as coaches here? Listen, I just think we need the best people for the job.
Right. No, who gives a... How does your race or your gender or your color make you better than someone else? I could have sworn we were doing this whole that we don't want to see color, right? I thought that's what we weren't. But oh my God, y'all are really showing your ass now. You're showing what y'all really want, which is black above every. I live in El Paso, obviously, UTEP, University of Texas, El Paso. I've had this conversation with Mexicans where I'm like, whoa, how do you support Black Lives Matter? Aren't you Mexican? So you're saying that blacks are more important than you, than your race, your family, your people? No, that's not what I'm saying. Yes, that is what you're saying. By you saying Black Lives Matter, by you joining that cause, you are saying that black people are higher up on the totem pole than you. Aren't there any Mexicans that get killed by the cops? Where are their stories? I'm pretty sure I could look some up. Guaranteed they're there. Yet somehow, not even locally here, are people rioting over Mexicans get, you know why? Because it's a Mexican being killed by a Mexican cop. So no, we can't put that dynamic out there because that'll fuck up the whole Black Lives Matter dynamic. So, my neighbors, bikers, fucking love those guys. Anyway, just in case you heard the, fucking Harley just cruising up the street. Seriously though, hire people that are best for the job. It doesn't matter what your race is. This is just, we have gone beyond. I thought we were growing past stupidity. Late 80s, early 90s. I thought we were growing past that crap. Somehow or another, you dumbasses brought it back during Obama's fucking presidency, and he helped push that bullshit. This shit needs to end, and the only way it's going to end is if we get rid of you people, one way or another, because y'all keep attacking people and being violent and doing all that. Post I just put out there where it was a white couple with their store literally begging the people not to, because they're in a black neighborhood, literally begging the people not to attack them or destroy their store, and they started getting their asses beat. People that are in their community, just because they're white. Y'all are going to push us because y'all need to understand something, Black Lives Matter. We outnumber you. We outnumber you. We outgun you. Period. That is period. Hello, 17-year-old kid. 17-year-old kid took out 3 of you fuckers. What do you think you're going to do against most of us? We outnumber you because most of us aren't on your side. White, Mexican, black. Most of us outnumber you. We're not into this dumb shit. So where do you think this is going to go? You're outnumbered by a lot and you're outgunned. Where the fuck do you think you're going to go with this shit? Do you not realize the only reason why? There are those videos that are now people just fucking tired of y'all shit whipping y'all's asses. And it's funny how when that happens, y'all call the cops. I thought y'all hated the cops. I thought you wanted to defund the cops. So every time y'all act stupid and we retaliate and whip y'all's asses, all of a sudden you call for the cops. How does that make any sense? Oh my God, y'all are fucking retarded. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here. And since I'm already sitting here, I'm going to at least do a couple more. But y'all can look up the rest. It's Stephen A. Smith doubles down on Steve Nash, white privilege, gets destroyed by Charles Barkley. This is Sports Wars. They've already got over 233,000 views. It was posted 5 days ago. Fucking love these guys because, like me, we don't give a fuck about offending your feelings and shit. I don't care. I don't care. What are you going to do? Nothing. You're going to do nothing. So, because I'm one of those people, I'm already warning you. I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to turn my back. I'm not going to turn the other cheek. You come at me, I'm going to fuck you up. One way or another, you're going down. So What are you going to do? But whine and bitch on my channel and complain and cry like little whores. And, you know, seriously, that's all you're going to do? What do you fucking do? That doesn't mean shit to me. Somebody who actually grew up old school, gangs, all that shit. So you don't mean damn nothing to me. So fuck BLM, as I always say. Fuck Stephen A. Smith. Fuck Charles Barkley on what he said. No, y'all want everything to be equal. I mean, I hate to tell you, Charles, you never won a championship or anything. You've always had a bad attitude. You were always starting fights. What makes you qualified to sit there on the panel? Because you had so much love and everything as far as people loving you for the game and shit? What are your qualifications for sitting there? You were nothing but a big man who could slam down a ball. What are your qualifications to be a commentator?